Welcome to Gibbs Gymnasium, here for the game between the Regis Jesuit Raiders and the Castleview Sabercats. I'm Ryan Maxfield.
And I'm Tyler Ballinger, and we will be your commentators for tonight's sophomore game. All right, this Regis Jesuit squad is very, very athletic and tall.
And strong. How about that play inside by Jack Stoll? Drawing the foul. He'll go to the line for two here.
Yeah, he is a pretty powerful fellow.
He sure is. He was one great tight end for football.
Yeah, I didn't see any of the freshman football games this year, but I hear they were pretty good.
Yes, we were. We happened to go 10-0 this year, which was pretty exciting. So hopefully a couple years here, we'll have a good varsity team. This Regis basketball team is a mix between sophomores and freshmen.
Yep.
In the lineup right now, we have 4 freshmen to go along with 1 sophomore.
Yes, sir. This starting 5 is a pretty unbelievable starting 5. I mean, we are pretty fast and we can shoot the ball.
There's a lot of talent in here. On the floor right now for the Raiders is Austin Campbell, Jack Stoll, Ian Osborne, Zach Hayes, and Cole Radenbaugh. Hope I said that right.
Yeah. Oh man, Ian Osborne, he is a pretty good three-point shooter, so don't be surprised if he takes a couple threes like right now.
There it is.
Oh, just a little bit long.
That was a good call there on that one. Sabercats out on fast break, and they get an easy layup there.
That wasn't very good transition defense on the Raiders side, but
they got to make sure they mark up when those guys are cutting down the lane like that.
True, very true. Osborne had a pretty good look, but decided to dump it off.
And Cole hits the 3.
That was a pretty good shooting stroke that he has.
Was a very nice shot there.
Yeah, I'm expecting
Raiders' strong, aggressive defense forced the turnover there. Ball was thrown out of bounds.
Yeah, I'm expecting a medium amount of 3 points in today's game with the Jesuits.
Ball up top for the Raiders. Setting up the offense.
Oh, no 3. And it's a switch.
Cole is on fire.
That's
was 2 threes in the first 2 minutes to start the game off for him.
That was a pretty good shot.
Looks like he might be feeling it today.
Oh,
the Raiders got to realize that and work the ball into him. Long lead up ahead. Cole out to Austin Campbell.
Yeah, Austin Campbell, he is very athletic.
Oh, and it's another 3 with the roll.
That's the shooter's roll if I've ever seen one.
Great shot there by Zach Hayes. Raiders are off to a hot shooting start here, knocking down 3 threes in the first 3 minutes. And they forced the steal. Great hustle there by Zach to dive for that loose ball.
Yeah, they've gone from a 9-0 run the past 2 minutes right now.
It's a good way to start off a ball game there. You love to see a guy hit the floor like Zach did right there.
Yeah, some determination right there. Every possession counts.
Sure does. Castleview with the ball now, inbounding. And Jack Stoll with the steal.
Oh, that was beautiful footwork.
Cole gets the ball up ahead to Ian Osborne. Oh, and he misses the layup, but gets the
good steal. Good steal. Way to keep your head in the game.
Takes it out for 3 and drains it. Oh, wow.
That was unbelievable. That was.
And a timeout for the Sabercats. Great start to this game for the Regis Raiders.
That was beautiful. That heads-up play to get your arms up and get the steal, then the state of mind to know you're right in front of the three-point line and knock it down.
Yeah, you know, that's what you like to see. A guy never giving up on a play like that. He missed that layup, and he could have just thrown in the towel, but he stayed with it, got a steal, and hit a three. That's 4 threes here to start this first quarter for the Raiders. They are off to a very hot start shooting the ball.
Yeah, it's always a good thing if you get that motivation of shooting up early. Then the hoop seems to be a little bit bigger, then get more shots down.
This Raiders group looks like a very confident bunch right now in this point of the game.
Yeah, it looks like they have a lot of chemistry going on.
It sure would be nice if they could keep up this shooting like this. But if they could keep up the strong defense they're playing, that'll work too for the Raiders.
Yep, that's a very dangerous combination of shooting and defense. It's very tough to stop.
After the timeout, the Raiders have the same 5 in the game.
A little pressure going on right now. Oh, that was fast. Number 32 is very quick.
That looked like a tough shot he threw up there, but the Raiders were unable to secure the board.
Good rebound by Austin Campbell.
Another jump shot, and that's another 3 for Cole.
Man, he is on fire right now.
That was a great shot there. They got to keep getting that kid the ball. He is on fire.
And Austin Kennedy's set to check in right now with Ryan Cochran.
It's great to see the Raiders hitting the floor like that for a loose ball.
Zach Hayes out with Austin Campbell.
Raiders ball now.
Yeah, that's a pretty big lineup they're going with right now. Yeah, they're 2 big men right now. They're Austin Kennedy and Jack Stoll.
But the whole team on the outside is dangerous shooting the balls. They've proved here early on.
Into Colt, down to Stoll.
Kicks it out, great shot.
There we go. Good pass.
And a great finish by Jack Stoll.
Good
underneath.
court vision by Ryan. That was very good court vision.
He used that strong body of his to help put that shot up. Convert the layup.
Yep, absorb the contact. Don't let the contact phase you.
The Raiders are playing some very aggressive defense here, which you like to see. They forced the bad shot and get out in the break. But the pass is stolen.
Yeah, Ryan and Ian have very good chemistry together, so pretty surprising they didn't capitalize on that.
.35 follows his own miss. Gets another possession for the SaberCats, and they're able to knock down the long 3-pointer.
Yeah, we need to try to not let 32 have those open shots. I mean, with that stroke, he could be dangerous.
Get the ball back down to Jack Stoll again, and he powers it up and in again. He has taken over the game down there. Doesn't look like they have enough girth down low to stop him.
Yes, sir. And a good block by Stoll.
Up ahead to Ian Osborne. They have numbers. They're running.
On to Ryan.
Oh, leaves the layup short there. And then they call a foul.
Yeah, that was a little bit too physical by Ryan right there.
Good to see them running like that now. Now in for the Raiders is Jack Lazzari. In for Cole?
Yeah, Cole.
In for Cole Radenbaugh.
I don't know. We're going to try to pronounce it pretty correct most of the game.
The kid who can shoot the lights out of the ball. Ian Osborne playing tough defense up on top.
Yeah, it's pretty good perimeter defense that Regis is having right now, not allowing the inside.
Good ball movement there by the SaberCats, and they're able to work it in and get the layup there.
Yeah, you got to get better positioning on that one right there. Get between the man and the ball. On that one, wide open shot. That was a pretty good pass by Austin right there. Try to find an open man.
Raiders working the ball methodically around the key, looking to get a good shot. Timeout called by the Raiders, 30-second timeout.
Get the troops together and try to calm the people down, calm the team down.
Yeah, you know, it looks like the SaberCats have weathered the early storm that the Raiders put on, knocking down 5 threes in the first 5 minutes of this game. They're playing really well. The score right now is 19-7 Raiders with 1:15 left to go in the first quarter here.
Yeah, I'm expecting a little bit more physicality with the Raiders trying to get those shots up, but haven't gotten a bunch of shots open right now.
Yeah, you know, this is a completely different game than the one that just played here. Regis Freshman versus Castleview Freshman. Regis Freshman won that game handily, playing strong defense, and that was the key to their success. It looks like with this team here, their strong defense is also leading to some success.
Yeah, it looks like the Castleview is going to a little bit of a zone right now.
Seems to throw the Raiders off a little bit. Coach is encouraging his players to get some movement on the offensive side of the ball. Good ball movement. Austin Campbell with the 3 and misses it just long. It was a good shot attempt. We're inside a minute here in the first quarter. Castleview has the ball now.
Yeah, that was an all right defensive stand by Regis, but there's a lot of open space there.
There's a good block on the defensive side there by Zach.
Regis Jesuit coach a little bit fired up right now.
See if the Raiders can get a hoop here before the half. They hit Zach for an open 3 look, and he just rims it out. Good shot attempt. The SaberCats will probably hold for the last shot here. So there's 13 seconds in the half. Moving the ball around. I don't think he sees the clock. He doesn't see it. Throws up a prayer at the end and no chance. Good quarter there for the Raiders. They started that game off well. After one, the score is 19-7 Regis.
Yeah, it was a very good first quarter, but a little bit sloppy on the defensive end, though.
They did hold them to 7 points, though. I think as a coach, you'd take that any time.
True, but when the quarter got down to a lower end of it, kind of got a little sloppy. So I've been in this little timeout on right now. They're going to talk about that.
You know, I think the key to their success is going to be playing their good, strong, aggressive defense, as Regis teams always do, as well as pulling down and securing the defensive rebound. Second chance points will just kill a team.
Yes, sir. And plus, this isn't a very physical, fouled game right now, so free throws are at a minimal.
The Raiders have to, you know, find some other stuff that they can get going here. I don't think they can count on hitting 5 threes for every quarter in the rest of the game. Working the ball down low to Jack Stoll was a good play a couple times down there in the first half. We'll see if they go back to that. Castleview now with the ball up top.
Yeah, Castleview is going with a little bit of a bigger lineup, trying to counteract height of Regis Jesuit.
That was a good take there that first time down by Castleview. Now they force a turnover and blow a layup. That was a break for the Raiders.
Trying to do a little bit too much there, but let's make it as simple as possible.
Austin Campbell for 3. Off back iron, but the offensive rebound is secured by the Raiders.
Yeah, there's not going to be... Regis hasn't had too much penetration right now, so... Could be something to do with the 2-3 zone Castleview's using right now.
I like the play when they get the ball down low to Jack Stoll down there. Castleview doesn't seem to have enough physicality to match up with him down there.
Yeah, that was a very good point there.
And I'm sure getting Austin Campbell down there, he'll be able to do the same. Austin Campbell misses the 3 in the corner, but another rebound is pulled down by the Raiders. Oh, they called a travel there. So ball to Castleview. Checking in now for the Raiders is Cole Radenbaugh.
Radenbaugh, yeah.
He's in for Jack Lazzari. And he's had the hot hand here early on.
Yes, sir. He's at about 4 threes so far.
Oh, friendly roll there for Castleview, but the 3 cuts the game to 7-point lead now for the Raiders.
Yeah, that's something we can't allow is open threes, because at this level, if you're open, you'll probably make the shot.
There we go. Austin Campbell knocks down the shot. They're going to call it a long 2. It was a good shot in the corner there.
A little pressure by Zach Hayes now. Zach Hayes is a big...
Ball stolen by Cole, up ahead to Zach. And he converts the layup. Good transition offense there by the Raiders.
Yeah, Zach was kind of lollygagging there, but needs to get down the court a little bit better.
I tell you, though, he did a great job of staying in control of his body, not rushing that shot, and making sure he got it to go. Castleview now throws the ball away. Turnover there. Ball to the Raiders.
All right, Castleview is going to sub in 2 more people to get some fresh legs in here. All right, Castleview has subbed in David Lucia and Austin Hazelhurst.
Cole with another 3. Oh, just rims out. I like that shot attempt, though. He's feeling it. Ian Osborne for 3, off back iron. Those were 2 good shot attempts, I tell you. And they've been getting those to go here early on.
Oh, good block by Jack Stoll. That was a very good block.
It was good recovery defense. Checking in now for the Raiders is Colton Siazek. He's in for Austin Campbell now. Yeah. Raiders going with a slightly smaller lineup.
It is a smaller lineup, but this lineup can shoot the ball.
And they can get up and down the court fast. Foul called now on Jack Stoll for the Raiders. Going over the back, going for that rebound there. You know, the best way you can avoid a foul like that is to get good position down low and box out.
That's very true, very true.
Castleview now checks in, number 13. 13, Zach Mattis.
Yeah, that's very good defense by Regis Jesuit right now.
And the ball is stolen and thrown away. Looked like he might have got away with the travel, but no call. The 3 is offline. The Raiders got to do a better job pulling down the defensive boards here.
Yeah, that was a very good rebound by Jack Stoll right there.
Good drive there. Good take. And he follows his miss and gets the offensive board. Good ball movement by the Raiders. Open shot for Jack Stoll. Rims out.
That's a very good shot by Jack, but I'd rather have him put that down.
Jack Stoll inside, I'd take any day of the week. Ian Osborne falls down on playing defense, but good help by the Raiders.
Oh, wide open. That was wide open right there. Can't have that.
You know, they got to do a better job rotating on that defense, helping a teammate out. The first rotation was good, but nobody rotated over to the second guy, and it resulted in an easy layup for Castleview.
Yeah, this is a very slow offense right now, which they kind of need to speed it up a little bit.
I think that the Raiders need to work it down low. early on in this game, they were hitting a lot of jump shots, but those aren't falling for them anymore. And the offense is seeming to stall a little bit.
All right, jump ball given to Regis Jesuit.
2 subs in now for the Raiders are
Ryan Cochran and Colton.
And the 3 is hit by the Raiders. Very nice shot there. Oh, and Jack Stoll with another block, but they call the foul.
Ian Fawaz set to check in right now. Another big man coming in.
I thought that Jack got a lot of ball on that play, but he's just got to be careful when he goes up to block those shots that he doesn't get some body contact, or they're going to call him for it every time. First shot is missed by Castleview.
All right, Ian Fawaz comes in for Jack Stoll. He's a big, Ian Fawaz is a very tall kid.
You know, with Jack Stoll going out, the Raiders lose a lot of their physicality.
It's true.
But they also gain a lot of height.
Yes, sir. I think there should be a methodical offense right now with Jack Stoll's absence right now. A bit more methodical with their passes.
Cole is blocked going to the hoop, but I still like that possession. The Raiders have got to get some ball movement going inside.
Oh, good steal by Ian Fawaz.
Looking for a pass.
Ryan Cochran with the ball right now.
Passes it to Cole. Raiders are methodically moving the ball around the perimeter. Ryan Cochran with the shot, and he hits. It's another 3.
That was an awesome shot by Ryan.
Great shot for the Raiders. That's their 7th 3 in the first half. They are shooting the lights out of the ball this game.
Yes, sir.
Jump shot misses and pulled down by the Raiders.
You got to get a hand up on that guy. Good ball movement.
Another 3 by Ryan Cochran, and it rims in and out.
Yeah, I kind of like that ball movement that Regis had right there.
Travel by Castleview getting out on the break.
All right. Jack's still set to check in again. And Austin Kennedy. All right.
They are in for
Austin Kennedy in for Ian Fawaz. And Austin Campbell in for Ryan Cochran.
With 1:42 left to go in the half, the Raiders are leading 29-14.
Yeah, this is a pretty quick lineup they have going on right now.
Good shot fake there. Extra pass made by the Raiders. Jack Stoll with the shot, middle of the key. Doesn't get the roll, but he grabs his own board.
Good rebound right there. That was very good.
Cole for 3. Rims in and out yet again. Tough roll. But then the 3 is hit by Colton. Good shot there.
That's a good shot.
That's what hanging in on the offensive glass will do for you. Good job with the second chance opportunity for the Raiders there. Ooh, Jack Stoll fights for the hard rebound.
Jump shot, believe, given to Castleview.
Castleview is awarded the ball on the jump ball. Possession arrow now towards the Raiders. Austin Campbell playing some tough defense.
Good.
Oh, ball passed into Jack Stoll's foot.
That was pretty good help defense right there with Jack Stoll.
Castleview inbounding from underneath.
Good help. No one shifted over right there.
That was a good pass there by Castleview. That was a good offensive possession.
Tipped out by Castleview right there. He was aiming for Colton.
Raiders ball now with 36 seconds left.
Osborne comes in for Colton.
Let's see if we can get a couple hoops here before the end of this half.
Yeah, get a little bit of momentum
Austin Campbell
going.
from the corner. Rims in and out, but Jack Stoll with the great offensive rebound in the putback. Oh, and that rolls out too. But Cole stays with the rebound, kicks it out to Ian for three. No good. Castleview out on the break.
Our hot start has kind of cooled down a little bit.
That is true, but they still have hit 8 threes, which is a phenomenal number.
That's a phenomenal number.
Looks like the Raiders will hold for the last shot here with 10 seconds left in the half.
7 seconds left. Osborne with the last shot. Oh,
just long.
Little bit too far.
That brings an end to a great half for the Raiders. They shot the ball outstanding in that first half, hitting 8 3-pointers. And their solid defense held Castleview to 16 points.
That's right.
All right, well, we're going to take a short break here for halftime. We'll be back on the air soon. Stay with us.
back. And we're back.
The Regis Jesuit Raiders are leading Castleview Sabercats 32-16 here at the end of the first half.
Yeah, it is a very strong showing by Regis Jesuit.
The key to their success in the first half was they knocked down 8 3-pointers. That is a very good day of shooting.
That is a very good day of shooting. Anytime you can make down more than 5 in a game and a half, my mistake, and a half, it's always a good day.
All right, what do you think the key to the Raiders' success will be in the second half here?
Keep their really hot shooting up. And
great pass by Jack Stoll to find Cole for the layup there.
And their inside play. Take advantage of their bigs.
That was a good way to start the half there, working the ball in and hitting a back cut there. Looks like the Raiders are picking up some aggressive defense, and they forced the turnover on the first possession for the Sabercats.
Yeah, looks like it's Zach Collins, Cole Radenbaugh, Ian Osborne, and Austin Campbell.
The three is hit for the Raiders. Great shot there. That makes 9 on the game now.
Ooh.
They just are on fire. Keep shooting the ball. I tell you, playing a team that's shooting as well as this Regis team is very, very hard to beat.
Yeah, it's always tough to contend with a team that can shoot threes like Regis can.
Osborne, wide open for 3, and he just misses it. Good shot there, good shot. For some reason, the Sabercats just didn't even try on that one.
Yeah, Ian's bound to get a couple threes in here. He's almost dialing down his range.
Subbing for the Sabercats now, number 14, Austin Hazelhunt.
Yeah, now it looks like a pretty upbeat offense.
Wide open 3.
Yeah, Regis is now getting back their upbeat offense right now.
They're really controlling the tempo of this game so far. But there was no help defense on that one, and the Sabercats are able to get the layup.
Oh, good pass. Good pass.
Cole for 3.
Just missed that.
Jack Stoll tries to save. Almost gets it. Good effort there by the Raiders.
That was a very good effort there.
I like the intensity we're bringing to start this second half.
Yes, sirree.
It seems like the Sabercats are coming out flat. They don't seem to have much heart left in them.
Yeah, they kind of look kind of defeated right now. I mean, they're not being that aggressive. They're a little bit overthinking themselves.
Subbing now for the Raiders, number 22, Chris Miller. He goes in for Zach Hayes.
And a little pressure by Castleview right now.
This is an interesting change-up. We'll see what the Raiders can do to counter it. Cole brings the ball up the court.
Oh, that's very good ball handling right there.
Nice move, and he finds Ian. Swings it. Good take there. And he gets the little floater to go. Good play there by Chris Miller to get inside and convert the floater.
It sure looks like Castleview has a pretty big lineup going to counteract our medium-sized lineup.
That was a great pass down there to find the big down low.
That was a pretty good pass.
Looks like the Raiders break the press with ease. Cole setting up the offense, swings it to Jack Stoll, who gets called for a travel on the outside.
And that was a pretty close call right there, but It looked about to be right.
Castleview now with the ball. Taking it up the court.
Taking their time, setting the offense up. Which there's a little bit more pressure on the Regis side, but Jack's
work it in loaded. Number 14 guarded by Jack Stoll, and Jack Stoll gets the block.
He's got
He's
a
going
bunch
all the way.
of blocks tonight.
He's playing. His physical presence down low has been key to our success. Raiders for three, misses just short. That was Zach Miller there.
Oh, good pass by
Good ball
Austin.
movement.
Oh,
Jack Stoll misses the shot there, but that was a good shot selection. He normally knocks that down.
it was a good look. If he gets a couple more of those, he'll be fine.
And the SaberCats are able to knock down the three. They're coming out fast here out of the gun.
Good pass. Good pass. Good fake.
That was a great
Boom.
take. And one.
That
There
was
you go.
That was awesome.
Ian Osborne with a great move there to get inside and draw the foul.
Man, he is quick.
I like seeing the Raiders attacking the hoop like that. Despite their success on the outside, whenever you can get the ball inside like that, it's a high percentage shot.
Yeah, there's now starting to get a little bit more balance between the outside and inside shooting going.
We'll see what the Raiders can do here on defense. 42-23 is the score right now with 3.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. They forced the tough shot, but can't bring down the offensive rebound, or the defensive rebound. And the SaberCats will go to the line.
Yeah, that's one thing we still need to work on is getting those rebounds. We're going to get a bigger lineup now with Austin Kennedy and Ian Fawaz.
Great name. Also, Jack Lazzari set to check in. First shot misses for the SaberCats. In come the subs.
This is a very, very tall lineup.
Coming out now for the Raiders, Jack Stoll, Austin Campbell, and Cole Radenbaugh.
Bunch of 6-footers in.
6+ footers. Second free throw goes down.
Chris Miller with the ball, passes it to Ian. Oh, that was a good pass right there. Sees the pressure, kicks it off.
Good find inside, and Chris Miller is able to convert the layup.
That was good penetration right there.
It was a good pass by Jack Lazzari.
Good job of Ian Fawaz not to hack the guy up on a shot.
Raiders on the ground, but they don't come up with the ball. And the shot rims out for the SaberCats. But yet again, the offensive rebound. And they're going back to the line. The Raiders really need to start securing these defensive boards. They're giving up a lot of second chance opportunities here.
Yes, sir, we should have the advantage right now with our tall lineup in, but just haven't gotten the good positioning yet.
First shot is off the money, off the mark for the SaberCats. Sub now in for the SaberCats. Second shot on the way.
And swishes it. Ryan Cochran in for Ian Osborne. Ian certainly had a boost in that little stance that he was in. Very high pressure from Castleview.
And they forced the turnover.
That's very high pressure right there. Open
44
man.
left wide open.
That was
He
an
misses the shot.
open man.
Yet again, the offensive rebounds are killing the Raiders. But they're able to pull down a board there, and they're out on the break. Austin Kennedy with a strong pump fake down low draws the foul.
Yeah, it looks like we're kind of getting a little bit flustered here with this high pressure. Just need to calm down a little bit and try to not make mistakes.
I like the Raiders working the ball inside like that. Drawing fouls, getting contact.
Utilizing our big man.
Austin Kennedy misses his free throws there. SaberCats now with the ball.
Good defense by Chris Miller. Very good defense right there.
And good help inside there. Out on the break again.
Ian kind of fumbles the ball right there, but still retains it.
Good ball movement by the Raiders here.
Oh, good post up. Good post up.
And
yes.
he gets it to go.
That was pretty good right there.
That was a great way to utilize some good position inside and their size. The Raiders got a hoop there. Once again, the Raiders are unable to bring down the defensive board.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing we need to work on is gain the rebounds.
SaberCats have had a lot of second chance opportunities here.
It's almost a pretty good turnover right there.
SaberCats split the trap D and find the man down low for the easy layup.
You can respect that as a coach. You can respect that, but still not very good though.
Good pass down low. He's got a guy wide open. Oh, they call for the travel. All right, now in for the Raiders.
This is Colton in for Chris Miller.
Under a minute here to go in the third quarter. Raiders lead 46-27.
Nice and relaxed defense right now. They should change that on number one.
They had a good offensive board there.
Jared Brack. Number one, Jared Brack.
He sure is quick. The Raiders are having a little bit of trouble keeping up with his speed down there.
Hey, if you play him too close, he just speeds right by you. Play him too far, just pulls up and
Pull up
makes
for
it.
three, just off the money.
That was a good look. That's a good look, though.
SaberCats with the ball now. 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Brock misses the three for the SaberCats. Fast break opportunity, but the ball is stolen from behind.
That was a good save by Castleview right there. Very good save.
Castleview gets the ball ahead, but great hustle play there by the Raiders keeps them from getting the layup.
That is some really good hustle right there. I like seeing that.
Great job there by the Raiders. Castleview ball underneath with 4.4 seconds to go in the quarter. Try to thread it inside. Fade away at the buzzer, and he gets it to go. Tough shot. Good defense.
You can respect that shot.
Sometimes you got to just pat the guy on the back. All right. Fourth quarter here at Guy Gibbs Gymnasium. Raiders 46, SaberCats 31.
Yeah, this is a very good game by Regis Jesuit. A little sloppy here and there, but overall it's been a very good game.
You know, in that quarter I saw the shooting. They only hit 1 3 in that quarter compared to the 8 they hit in the first half. So they had to start working the ball inside, which they did a good job of and got some points off that.
Surrey, and now they have a mostly freshman lineup in right now.
They're back to their starting 5, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm expecting Jack Stoll to get a bunch of inside shots.
You know, I also think he's going to help hold down the defensive fort. When he was out, they seemed to grab an awful lot of rebounds, but he brings that physical presence down there.
Yeah, and that physical presence surely comes from his football experience. Zach Hayes very good at keeping the ball away.
They tie him up, though, and that means the ball should go to the SaberCats. Turnover there by the Raiders.
Not a lot of pressure by Regis Jesuit right now. I would expect a little bit of a press, but...
You know, I think they should just focus on keeping the SaberCats in front of them. I haven't seen any outside shooting from them so far, so as long as we can keep guys from doing that, we'll be fine.
That was a good move, though. You got to respect that, though.
All right, Austin Campbell with the ball now for the Raiders.
Zach Hayes pulls up.
Off the money. Rebound down to the SaberCats.
A little bit long, a little bit long. Regis needs to stay in front of number 1, Jared Barak.
He's causing us a lot of trouble right now. He's a good player. Cole now with the ball. They have numbers. Throws it up to Austin. Austin in the corner for 3. Just short. Brock even pulls down the rebound there.
Very sloppy possession right there. Very sloppy.
If the Raiders can shut down number 1, they'll shut down the opposing offense here. He seems to be their team.
There goes Jack.
Stoll
Jack
with
gets
the fast
it.
break and the layup.
There we go.
Great play there.
That's definitely a
timeout for the Raiders.
That's definitely a morale boost for Regis Jesuit right there.
They needed to get that first one out of the way. We have a timeout called by the Raiders. 48-33, 6 minutes, 17 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter here.
Sure, that last shot was definitely swings the momentum.
Was definitely big for the momentum, you know. They came out strong there in the fourth quarter to start, but hopefully with that possession there, that turnover forced by Jack Stoll and the layup, we can regain some of the momentum and hold on to win this ball game.
Yes, sir. And plus, Jack Stoll, even though he's very tall, he is athletic.
He is athletic. He is thick. He is strong. He's a great player down there. And they don't seem to have much of an answer for him in this game.
No, sir. Put a small player on him, then he just jumps right over him. Put a big player, he just flies right past him.
All right, Castleview now taking the ball in.
Looks like Zach Hayes is going to be covering number 1, Jared Brack. Little double team action going on with them.
I like it. I like it.
That's very good. Good help defense on him. That's very good.
And they force a tough shot, but Castleview gets it to go. It's a tough 2 and careless on the inbound there. And the inbound is stolen for an easy 2. Cole with the ball now. Passes it up to Austin.
Very sloppy execution of the pass right there. Very sloppy. Ian Osborne, very good perimeter player. Looking to hit a 3 or 2 like that.
Double dribble by Jack Stoll there. It looked like he just lost the handle, but the end result is another turnover for the Raiders. The SaberCats have cut this to an 11-point game here. Looks like the Raiders need to step up the defense and play some strong D here.
Still good defense on number 1. A little less of double teaming right now for him.
As long as they can keep him out of the paint, our defense is strong.
Yes, sir.
The 3 attempt is way off the mark, but they can't pull down the offensive board. And the second chance opportunity goes for the SaberCats.
You can live with giving up those bad shot 3s, but once they get close to the paint.
Zach Hayes for 3, just long.
They need to start knocking down the shots, get better open shots, maybe even like pump fake and drive it to the hole.
They got to take it to the hole. And they have to secure the defensive rebounds on the defensive end and keep number 1, Jared Brock, from driving. If they can do that, we'll be good.
Yes, sir. Plus, we also have to get more offensive rebounds, too. Like, if we ever miss a shot, get second chance points. Good rebound by
Looks
Zach
like
Hayes.
The fast break there.
Into Osborne.
Ian Osborne with a nice layup conversion.
Very good court vision by Zach Hayes.
That was a big basket there for the Raiders. Let's hope they can keep that momentum. It's an 11-point game now, inside 4 minutes to go in the game. Oh, and they call a foul on the Raiders there. Huh.
That was a
tough call.
That was a pretty clear foul right there. You kind of got arm on that.
SaberCats certainly did a lot to sell that foul to the officials, though. They knocked down the first free throw, cuts it to a 10-point game.
Free throws are going to be very important down the stretch right now in this sort of close game, but still going to be very important.
That free throw conversion cuts it to a single-digit lead for the Raiders.
Very, very tight press right now for Castleview right now.
But the Raiders break it, get the ball up ahead. They're going to slow it down here and set up the offense. Good decision-making there. Zach Hayes with the ball up top to Jack Stoll. Back to Zach Hayes. Over to Ian Osborne.
Like the ball movement right now.
Cole with the wide-open 3. Hits back iron, and Jack Stoll bats it back out. Great offensive board there by the Raiders.
Plus, that was a good stop by Osborne, not allowing it to go across half court.
But then the Raiders throw the ball away. And the ball's back to Castleview.
I like Regis' transition back to defense. They hustle and they run, which is very good.
Good help there by Cole, but they get the floater to go.
That is a very tough shot to defend right there.
The lead is now only 7 for the Raiders. 2.5 minutes to go here. Timeout called by the Regis Jesuit Raiders.
Guess coach doesn't like what he sees right now, calling the troops back in.
All right, so at this timeout, the Raiders got to focus on their offense. They've got to get some stuff going inside, knock down some outside shots, hit the shots when they're open. On the defensive side, they're going to have to get back, not allow number 1 to drive, get some defensive boards.
Yeah, this is a pretty good flow of game right now. It's very up-tempo, so I think Regis would like this. They are a very up-tempo team right now, so I think they're going to feed off this up-tempo style right now.
This is now turned into a very tight game here. Raiders with the ball out of bounds.
Every shot is going to be key down the stretch.
Inbound into Cole. To Zach. Swinging the ball around.
Eating up some clock right now.
What happened? What happened? I'm not on. All right.
2 shots by Zach Hayes right now.
Zach Hayes at the line.
And he makes the first one.
Yeah. Zach Hayes with the second shot. This is a clutch shot down the line. And he knocks it down. Good shot there by the Raiders.
That's very clutch right there. Down the stretch.
9-point lead now for the Raiders with 2.5 minutes left to go.
Very tense right now. It's such a close game.
The Raiders nearly forced the turnover, but they do force the tough shot.
That was a key defensive stance right there. Very key. Running the court, Zach Hayes is.
Ball is thrown away, unfortunately, there by the Raiders.
Yeah, the coach
SaberCats have the ball.
The coach for Regis is pretty fired up right now.
2 minutes left to go in this game. Raiders are leading by 9.
Jared Brock with the ball right now. A little bit of double team going.
They can't let him drive to the hoop.
Nope. Oh.
Good help, D. He steps back and pulls up, but he can't knock it down. But the Raiders can't pull down the defensive board there. And now they have the ball back up top. The SaberCats do. And right to the hole. Unguarded goes Brock.
Yeah, we can't have him do that all the rest of the game or else it's not going to be good.
It's a 7-point game here. Minute 20 left to go.
Zach Hayes, the Jack Stoll, passing it around.
SaberCats need to foul here.
Trying to eat some clock up right now. Back to Jack Stoll. Zach Hayes with the foul.
That's only their 5th foul, though, so they still have a couple to go before Regis is shooting. Raiders will have the ball on the side here. Austin Campbell to inbound. Throws it into the backcourt to Ian Osborne.
Cross him up. Oh, little spin move action going on right now.
Dumps it off to Cole. Cole to Jack. Jack to Zach. Zach to Austin. Great ball movement here by the Raiders.
This is very good ball movement by the Raiders. Eating up lots and lots of time.
They're playing a good cat and mouse game with them.
Very true.
All right, one more foul and the Raiders will be in the double bonus. Or not the double bonus, but they'll be in the bonus.
1-1.
They're shooting from here on out.
To Austin Campbell.
Austin to Ian. Still no foul by the SaberCats. I don't know what they're waiting for. Cole with the ball. Cross court pass to Zach.
Then to Ian. Little foul.
Still no foul. To Jack. Back out to Cole. There's still no foul.
It's very conservative basketball right now. Very conservative.
Wow.
Oh, there's 2 of our famous rowdies right there. Going to be here for the varsity game.
That'll be coming up right after this. You can see that on RJ Live as well.
That'll be a very good game, I think.
Yeah, I think the Raiders will be able to bring that one home too, hopefully.
You know, Josh Perkins leading the way. Pretty good.
Big shot there by Ian Osborne, able to get that to go. You know, I'm a bit confused by the clock management there at the end of this game by the SaberCats. I don't know why they took a good 30 seconds off before they fouled. Great execution by the Raiders there.
Yeah,
second free throw rattles in and out, but Austin Campbell grabs the rebound.
Yeah, the SaberCats are really playing into Regis' hands right now.
Cole Redenbaugh is fouled now. 11.7 seconds left to go. 53-45 Raiders. Goes to the line, shooting 1-1.
I bet he'll knock both these down.
First one's good. Good shot there. Gives the Raiders a 9-point lead here. Second one leaves short.
Good rebound.
Rebound's thrown away. And there's an over and back up by the Raiders. 6.7 seconds left to go. I don't think it'll make too big a difference, fortunately.
I think you're right. I think this game might be just wrapped up.
You know, Raiders showed some good character in this game because this Castleview didn't go down easily. They put up a fight all the way to the end.
Yeah.
It looked there at the end like they might be able to make a run, get back in this game, but the Raiders were able to keep them from doing that.
It shows a bunch of maturity by Regis with such a young team. It's very mature.
Good putback there at the end of the game, but it's waved off. The final score of this one is Regis 54, Castleview 45. Great game there for the Raiders.
That was a great game by them.
Knocked down 9 3-pointers.
And very good down the stretch. When the game got tight, they stepped up and delivered.
Clutch win there for the Raiders. Our final score here is 54-45. Stay with us for the varsity game. That'll be coming up here at 7 o'clock. We'll see you then. Thanks for tuning in.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gibbs Gymnasium for tonight's 5A boys basketball matchup between your very own Regis Jesuit Raiders and the Sabercats of Castleview. I'm Steven Snyder, joined here with my color commentator Justin Brazel, our fantastic producer Charlie Smith, and our amazing cameraman Colin Stover. Justin, it's great to have you here.
Yeah, it sure is great. The Regis Jesuit Raiders are coming off of a great win at George Washington on Tuesday night. They won 74-61, so that was a really good game. The Sabercats, which is Castleview, is coming off of a 63-60 loss to Pine Creek.
And you know, Justin, what's really surprising about that score for the Sabercats is they're averaging less than half of that for the season. I believe they're averaging 29.3 points per game.
Yeah, that really are. The highest they've scored this year in a game is 64 points. So most of their record is 5-9 as well. So most of their wins that they have is like 43 points. That's the highest they have. So we'll be seeing how that plays a factor in tonight's game.
I think it really will. As I look, though, through the stats for both teams, Castleview averaging 18.3 rebounds per game. Regis averaging 32, but still, Regis has seemed to have some trouble rebounding the ball this season, and Castleview has got the height. So I think if you're Castleview tonight, you look for your second chances, and you put it back in. If you can get about 10 or 12 second chance points, 5 or 6 shots, you're going to keep yourself in the game.
Yeah, looking at stats earlier in the night, it seems like Josh Perkins is leading both in scoring and free throw attempts in the state of Colorado. So with this team, if he's nailing them down, they have to go up against these big guys and go up strong.
And Josh Perkins actually leading the Raider team in every single category besides fouls. So really, he does carry this team, but I don't know if Castleview has an answer here tonight. And there's some players like Josh I was watching today. Teams just don't have a response. Like Michael Jordan saw every defense imaginable when playing in the NBA, and teams just don't have a response for him. And I feel like that's what's going to happen here. Yeah. And wow, Eric Stemmer knocked down right after the tip. Ref says Castleview ball travel or out of bounds on Stemper. So Stemmer not happy with that call to get this game started.
Yeah, Josh Perkins is coming off a 27-point game in George Washington. So we'll see how that's really low for his average, so we'll see what happens tonight.
And here we go, number 2 for Castleview. Excuse me while I get my roster. Castleview puts it up, can't get it in, but rebound by number 15. There's that second chance points I was talking about, Justin.
Yeah, it looks like Dowsey, he is their high scorer this year. He has 88 points on the year.
So is Castleview on the fast break. Gets it to number 22, who puts it up just short, but Dowsey gets the rebound, puts it up second. Good block by Boreala. Or Borilla. How do you pronounce that, Justin?
I think it's Barilla.
I think it's Barilla, too. So passed out to Starkle on the wing. Starkle drives, puts it up in side of 4 Castleview defenders and gets it in the and 1. So we'll see Starkle with a chance here for a 3-point play.
Talking about Barilla, he actually replaced Elijah in the beginning of the season when Elijah got hurt. He stepped in the game, and Coach Shaw saw what he liked, and he's kept him in ever since.
And you love to see players like that, like Colin Kaepernick, just getting kept in because they perform on the court. Starkle puts up the free throw and misses. Rebounded by number 22 for Castleview, Parker Lewis. Castleview having trouble getting out of the backcourt with getting double teamed the backcourt. We'll see if they can get it across in time. Oh, high pass. Caught by Lewis. Hands it off to Smeaton. Smeaton, terrible pass. Picked off by Barilla. Gets it to Perkins. Perkins driving. Stemper kicks it back out to Cadillac on the top. Kicks it back out to Josh. Josh, no look pass. Bounces around off about 5 players. Picked up by Cadillac, who gets the shot off, but can't keep it. Smeaton and Dowsey fighting for the rebound. They're on their same team.
Yeah, that was Dowsey's 3rd rebound of the game, and it's only less than 2 minutes into the game. So
great save by Perkins there to keep it in bounds. That was a terrible shot selection, may I say, from number 13 for Castleview. I don't have a number 13.
Devin Cadillac off the mark there for 3-point range.
Excuse me, that is Jake Ellis stepping up from JV for this game. And Dowsey gets it inside, works it, can't get it. And Dowsey seems to try to be doing a one-man show here, and it's not really working. As Perkins takes it up the court. Perkins pops a 3, and no good, but Barilla gets there for the rebound, puts it back up, doesn't get it, but is fouled, and he will go to the line to shoot 2 with 5:52 here remaining in the first quarter.
Now let's talk about this great player we have on our team, Josh Perkins. Looking at the stat sheet here, he is leading all team, the whole state of Colorado, with the most points. He right now currently, looking at my record, he has 304 points.
As Barilla sinks the first one.
And the second place point leader is 253. I mean, that's a big difference between points and high school basketball.
That's a huge difference as Barilla sinks the second. Raiders now lead 4-2. Raiders using a full court press, and Castleview really having some trouble with it. And the problem for Castleview is they can't get the fast break going off it. They have to keep stopping. That's the way you beat a full court press, is you get the fast break working, but they don't seem like a fast breaking team. Iffy pass caught by Matt Clark. Clark gets it into Dowsey. Great block by Barilla. That's his second of the night already, Justin. As Perkins takes it down the court, loses control but maintains and gets it to go. No foul called, but great play there by Perkins.
Great overall team effort right there. Barilla with the block and Josh Perkins with the finish.
Dowsey gets it down low, but Barilla is able to force a jump. Possession arrow right now pointed towards Castleview. So that will switch, but Castleview will get the ball. Smeaton looking to inbound.
I mean, I think that Coach Shaw really put emphasis on his defense for this game. They got some big guys in, but they got to stop them. Don't let them get those easy layups.
See, I think the concern for Castleview, as I've been watching this first about 3 minutes and 45 seconds, is shot selection. Some of their shot selection is just ridiculous, and you're like, I'd be concerned because Kobe Bryant has trouble making those shots.
Yeah, you know, I feel like the game plan for Castleview is get it down low to Dowsey. So knowing him, if Borloff is doing a great job on him tonight, there's no way he's going to be getting those big points.
Herman checks in. Missed shot by Lewis, and another missed shot there by Ellis. A block by Cadillac on Lewis, and that is huge because Lewis is 6'6". Devin Cadillac only 5'10", I believe, maybe 6 foot. Can you confirm that for me? Oh, Cadillac is 6'2", but still. Taking down the court, Herman. Herman gets trapped, but finds Lewis. Lewis pops a 3, and it is short. And Stemper gets it off the collateral. Oh, tries to throw it down, but that will be a push on Perkins.
Wow, I mean, that's like the Lakers when I saw Pau Gasol shooting 3-pointers. I don't know, I've never seen really big men shoot 3-pointers, but...
Yeah, and I was really surprised there. I almost thought Ellis traveled before Josh pushed him. But iffy pass there from Stemper, just trying to do a kind of LeBron James, Dwayne Wade hookup. So here we go. Ellis tries to bring it up the court, guarded by Perkins. Doesn't seem to get anywhere. Tries to bring it up the wing, pass to Herman. Herman sits up top, looks for the drive. Stops at the free throw line, gets it to Lewis. Lewis stopping. Number 23 for Castleview, White, has to kick it out to Lewis at the top. Lewis pops another 3 and misses again. That makes him 0 for 3 on the night. Barilla finds Perkins. Perkins coming up the leak, guarded by White, and Ellis makes a great move on Ellis and gets the foul on White as White kind of blocked his thing there. Josh Perkins has a fantastic crossover, Justin.
He does. Once you see it, your defense is right on him, but the next minute, he's blown right by his defensive man and right up for the layup. So the only thing that Castleview could do there was foul.
Perkins with the first one, and it's good. Perkins has kind of, for me, had kind of a free throw percentage resembling a tide. It comes in, it goes out. It just really depends on the night and how he's feeling. Usually consistent from the line, but at the end of games, he's been less consistent. That's usually when they count.
Yeah, Josh Perkins, that is his 100th free throw of the year. So that's really cool. So right now he's 100 for 138. So he gets to the line a lot. So that's going to be key for tonight.
Perkins misses the second. Regis leads 7-2 with 3:53 left in this first half. Ellis finds Smeaton. Again, having trouble getting out of the backcourt. Back to Ellis. Back to Smeaton. And Smeaton's able to find Herman, who can't find it inside number 52, Adam Kovich. That was a great steal by, I believe, was that Eric Stemper or Zach Smith?
Oh, no, that was Eric Stemper, and that was a great no-look pass. They got so faked out on that Josh Perkins was amazed.
White having some trouble, double team down in the corner. Gets it inside to Adam Kovich. Adam Kovich not able to finish, but the ball bounced around and he gets the rebound. Adam Kovich looking, finds Smeaton. Smeaton bringing it up top. Looking to set it up, finds White. White back to Smeaton. And Castleview's ball movement is very choppy tonight here, Justin.
Yeah, I feel like, in a way, the Regis' defense is so good that they don't have an answer. They don't know what to do right now.
Adam Kovich fouled by Sanford. Sanford seemed to grab it from over his back and rip it. I think that was a reaching call. That was slightly questionable, but very much justified if you were to watch the tape again. I'm sure you could see that. So we'll see as Lewis checks in for White. Lewis coming back in. Lewis taking a lot of bad shots here early on. I'm surprised he's back in so early. But we'll see. Smeaton tries to find Herman. Zach Smith gets it. Puts it ahead to Eric Stemper. And Eric Stemper with the easy lay-in. Regis now up 11-2.
That is a Tom Brady, Wes Welker hookup right there.
There you go. Just a little one that goes for a long gain. Zach Smith really seemed to be alert on the defensive end of the ball, looking good. I'm surprised Dowsey's out. I mean, he did look tired, and I think that's the key is you got to be conditioned in sports like this. And Coach Shaw built his program on conditioning, and I think it really shows in these games.
Yeah, it does. I mean, if he is your high scorer with 88 points, the next guy on the team only has 57, so you got to have him in there.
Lewis to Herman. Herman was looking to drive. I don't know if he slipped or got blocked, but they will call that a foul. So that is Regis' fourth. And I believe the next one is a bonus and goes to 1-1. No, that is only Regis' third.
So if you're the Regis coach right now, Coach Shaw, if he's on the bench, Dowsey's on the bench, do you put in your sharpshooters or do you keep in that height?
I think you do whatever you can to score because right now they're having trouble doing any of that. As number 14, Clark, comes back in. Adam Kovich fighting with Sanford. They will call that a jump ball, and the possession arrow going to Regis. So that will be a Regis Jesuit ball. Adam Kovich kind of mixing it up with Sanford already. They have a little tiff, it seems.
Yeah. I was just looking at that play right there, and you can see that tonight the defense is going to come down to Elijah and Borla. So we got to see what's going to happen there.
Perkins has it, looks up top. Adam Kovich tries to stop. Oh, what a shot by Josh Perkins. Kind of elevated, sank, and almost kicked his feet up to get enough time to avoid the up and down. But a great shot. Ellis trying to work it up the wing. Triple team can't get there. Oh, Herman tries to float it over Perkins, who looked like he was trying to do his best impression of Demik Mutombo. But Regis getting it. Zach Smith finds Barilla on the outside. Barilla hands it off to Perkins. Perkins with a great fake move. Gets it. And the foul Wow. Number 14 for Castleview, Matt Clark, got a little aggressive. Perkins hits the shot. And Regis now has 16 points. They went from 11 to 16, so I'm a little confused right now.
I actually think he made it was 13 they had. And
it was 13, and that was a 3.
Point.
So, wow. Perkins looking for a 4-point play, and he will get it. Regis now up 17-2. If you're Castle, you have to get more than one bucket in this first quarter as it winds down.
Now, you look and you see that 3-point shots are like the hard ones to make in the game. But Josh Perkins, he has 23s on the year, so.
And Regis got the inbound after a missed shot by Perkins. He will get it again, finds Cadillac on the outside, finds Starkle inside. Starkle with a really awkward move, and he just didn't have the power to get that near the rim. It's the corner of the backboard, and that'll be out of bounds against Regis. But 1:22 remaining. What do you do if you're Castleview here, Justin?
I think you got to feed it down low more. I mean, I'm seeing I see only Dowsey down low. You have to get more of the height. There's 6 guys over 6 feet on the team. You got to put them down in the paint, make them foul you, and go to the line. You
know what I'm seeing here is a little iridescent for coach of Castleview. Let me get his name here. Torrey Mansfield. Let me just make sure that is correct. Yes, indeed, Torrey Mansfield. He's kind of showing Phil Jackson-esque like characteristics, letting his players play through adversity like Phil Jackson did when he was in Chicago. He's just letting them play, and with that foul there, we'll see if Castleview can get more than one bucket on the board. Ellis up, and no, that will miss. And I think if he misses this one, it's going to be extremely demoralizing for Castleview because Regis is now giving you free shots.
Yeah, they really are. You can't make these. This gives motivation to Regis.
Callison and Sampson checking in for Samford and Eric Stemper, Josh Perkins bringing up the floor. Josh finds Zach. Zach gets an open 3. Little awkward there. He didn't really get a jump, but Vaughn Sampson gets the rebound. Finds Callison. Callison will miss. And that will be out of bounds on Castleview. So it'll be a Regis Jesuit ball with 50 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Both teams with 4 fouls. I believe both teams are in the bonus. I believe 4 means 1 and 1 for a quarter.
Oh, wow.
And Regis gets another point there. Another basket, 18-13 as Ellis brings it up the court. Ellis is looking absolutely drained, having to do all this ball handling against a lot of double teams. Ellis trying to get it, finds Smeaton inside, finds Dowsey. Cadillac actually posts up on him, and they will give the foul, but they will say no. Did you see the call on that?
Yeah, they said it was a travel, but, I mean, I thought it was a pretty good move.
All right, so that'll be a travel on Dowsey. Perkins brings it up with 23 seconds remaining. It'll be interesting to see if Regis holds for the last shot. I don't think they will. It's a little excessive time, but and they will, it appears. Josh Perkins will hold for the last shot. So we should see him get in motion at about the 8-second mark. And there it is. So Perkins looking, elevates, and hits it. Wow, what a move by Perkins for that 3. And they will hold it long enough to not give Castleview a shot. So at the end of this first quarter, Regis leads 21-3. And we'll be back in a second for the start of the second quarter. And we're back for the second quarter here in Guy Gibbs Gymnasium between your very own Regis Jesuit Raiders and the Castleview SaberCats in 5A basketball. Regis Jesuit leads 21-3 after the first quarter. Absolutely brutal quarter for the SaberCats, who do only average 30 points a game. Dowsey gets it in there. And so they will move it up. Dowsey now the high scorer with 4 points for Castleview, but a great quick move by Perkins to Sampson will completely negate that point change. And that will give Regis a 23-5 lead. Really quick here. It's interesting, Callison's in the game. And Zach Smith over Stemper. Stemper, really a great player for Regis, but I don't know if they're already cutting down on man. And when you see them having subs in the first quarter, you've got to wonder what's up. Ellis finally hits a tray for Castleview. Castleview seems to have something going here in the start of this quarter.
You know, Castleview, I looked at their stats real quick, and it said that the highest guy in their team for free throws is 40, and that's Dowsey. You got to think, you have this much height and you're not going to the line, something's there. You have to get up. You have to start going up.
Missed shot by Perkins, but a very easy rebound for Devin Cadillac, and he just kind of walked in and got that layup. Sitting on the outside is Lewis, and Lewis will hit that for 2, so Perkins bringing it up. This game just got a lot faster pace, and I don't think that's favoring the Raiders at this point. But Zach Smith will hit a 3, so it looks like we're getting a little scoring frenzy going here.
Yeah, Zach answered back on that one. So, I mean, they're making the shots, but Regis answers right back. So, it looks like Castleview has the ball, but it looks like it's going to be...
Oh, almost kills us. And Smeaton, wow, what an interesting play. They're kind of playing hot potato with their feet dancing on the line, and that'll be a Castleview inbounds.
Wow, that looks like some dance moves right there. It looks like Josh has some, so we'll see what happens. But it looks like it's going to be Castleview's ball.
So Castleview, Smeaton looking to inbound. Smeaton finds Herman. Herman stops, pops, and drops. And wow, that was a great little fake out by Herman to get an open look. Josh Perkins working against Smeaton. Smeaton stumbling on his feet, and Perkins will be fouled. So that'll bring the Castleview total up to 5. Regis sitting at 4 fouls.
I mean, you look right there at Josh Perkins. He resembles exactly during the Miami Heat and Los Angeles Lakers game. He's like LeBron James there. Taking it to the hole, you have 3 guys on you, and you still put up the shot and get fouled.
And one thing I will commend for Perkins is he does know how to get the fouls called. I don't know if it's a blend of acting, right place, right time, and actual strategy. But as you said, that was his 140th free throw of the year. So really 101 out of 140 this year.
Oh.
So he does know how to do it, and you got to give him props for that. You know what I'm interested to see here is if Castleview goes into a full court press like Regis has been doing to them, see if they can get something going. The only reason I think that might be dangerous is Regis is a fast break team.
Yeah, Regis has the speed and Castleview has the height. So I'm thinking that you want to keep the big men down low and don't worry about the big pass break.
So 29-12 with Perkins at the line here. 5:56 left in the second quarter.
Just a comparison real quick. Regis has 275 free throws on the year, while Castleview only has 109.
So Josh Perkins is that made or attempted?
That is actually attempted.
So Josh Perkins has attempted 36 more free throws than the Castleview team.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that is a stat for you. So Perkins sank that second free throw and Regis leads 30-12 as Castleview finally takes a timeout. So we will see here. If you're Coach Shaw, what do you say to your players in the huddle?
I say keep attacking the boards. It looks like they're trying to pull out instead of guarding just down low. So just keep going up and you're going to score. So it looks like, I think this is a great call. Great timeout. Regis gets their head together on this, and still Coach Shaw's telling them, we have a lead right now, but that means anything can happen. 4 quarters, you have 8 minutes. I mean, what's going to happen here is for Castleview, they need to attack down low. They have big guys. They have the height advantage. you don't get it down low, you're not going to win this game on a fast, high-blocking team for Regis Raiders. So it looks like Castleview has the ball. It looks like they're going to call a foul. That foul is on Taylor Carlson. So that will be Regis' 5th team foul. So it's not sent into the line yet, but we'll see what happens. Castleview inbounds the ball to Herman. Herman dribbles it up, passes it off to...
Sorry about that, Justin. Herman gets it to Ellis. We're having some technical difficulties over the website. If you are a on-demand viewer, this is during the live stream. We can't seem to get it to play live. But wow, Lewis really forces an awkward shot and gets it up. Starkle looking for it and just drives the hole himself. Gets it to fall. Regis now extends its lead to 20. And we will see here. Herman drives. Gets it into Dowsey. Dowsey bullying his way in. Can't get it to fall. And that'll be a foul. It looks like Stemper kind of grabbed his arm. So it's surprising. You know what surprised me this season is how physical Eric Stemper plays, despite his size.
I mean, my brother played with him. He was on my brother's team all the way up through junior year. And what happened is he used to be that sharp three-point shooter. Now he looks like he's always getting the rebounds, getting the assists. He has his role in the team has definitely changed.
And that's always interesting because normally you don't see players' roles change, but with as many three-point shooters as Regis, as Lewis puts up and misses another three throw, Josh Perkins on the break, and he will get there. He'll miss, no foul called. Herman back on the rebound. Stemper on Dowsey and Herman, but they will stop. That choppy passing looks like it could have cost them 2 points, and they will say he was walking, and that will turn the ball over to Regis. But as I was saying, with as many three-point shooters as Regis, you kind of have to pick a physical guy, and that kind of goes to the guy with the most heart and guts, and Eric Stemper definitely fits that description as Tim Przybizlowski drains that shot.
Yeah, that was a great shot. I mean, it was a great shot. It was great contested, but he still made the shot.
So we will see here as Herman drives through the lane and waits. So
sorry for that. My headphones died on that one, so it's kind of hard to hear.
No, yeah. So Lewis hands it off to Steeman. Steeman can't get it. Excuse me, not Steeman, Smeaton. As Perkins drives, blocked by Dowsey. Perkins obviously disappointed he doesn't get the foul. Oh, Herman with another stop pop. This time it does not drop as Starkle brings it up. Is that Starkle?
That is Starkle.
I can't quite see.
You know, he's absolutely excellent for this team.
And right there, Starkle drains a three. So Raiders now lead 37-12 as they continue to steamroll these SaberCats. Herman bring it up. Raiders have actually fallen out of their full court press. I think out of partial respect and sportsmanship, just because gets it in. Dowsey cannot control, but manages to pass it out to Smeaton. Smeaton with a very interesting shot selection there. He didn't really take much time. He just kind of threw it up, Justin.
Yeah, he did. It was not a great shot. Sure, he was wide open, but he had other guys down low that could have made the easy layup. So you need to have guaranteed baskets in this game if you want to beat Regis. If you keep taking those fadeaway outside shots, it's not going to happen.
And I'm surprised Castleview is impressing. They're just kind of letting the Raiders walk up, especially with this. Perkins comes out of the game. In comes Barilla for him. Cadillac also checks in. Starkle sitting on the outside. Finds Stemper at the top. Stemper finds Barilla open. Barilla pops a long shot. Can't get it, but the rebound comes right back to him. Drives inside, can't get it. Starkle fighting for the rebound. Pops it back out to Stemper. Stemper tries a three. Blocked. And finally, Smeaton able to control. Great block there by number 23 for the SaberCats. James White, Tommy Raines, our fantastic IT support, just fixed it. So if you're still viewing live, even though you couldn't get it before, you now can get it. So call all your friends and tell them to tune in. Eric Stemper pops a three, no can do, and Smeaton picks it up. Smeaton jogging down the court, a liberty he has not had early in this game. Finds Ellis. Ellis sitting there. Starkle. And kicks it out. Number 14, Clark. Clark finds Smeaton. And look, the SaberCats have taken all their height off the floor. They don't have Lewis. They don't have Dowsey. They don't have Adamkovich. Wow. Why, Justin? Why?
You know, I'm really surprised by their coaching staff. You talked about Phil Jackson earlier and how he puts his big man in, but he needs to have that down low presence.
And that is holding on Cadillac against Herman, so that will be a SaberCat. No, that's a hold on Herman against Stemper.
I mean, watching the Lakers, going back to the Lakers and Miami Heat game the other night, I saw that every time that Kobe Bryant checked in, LeBron James checked in. But the thing is here, for Regis, they have their center in the game right now, but they took all the big centers out for their team. So I feel like you have to have the big presence in there.
You have to have the matchup. Excuse me, that was a hold on number 23, White, for the SaberCats as Barilla shoots 2. And the first one is good. And for a 1-and-1, Adamkovich back in the game for the SaberCats. So SaberCats realized they didn't have any height on the floor and threw it back in. But Regis really running away with this one. I would say this one's almost over. But anything can happen. We shouldn't speak too early. Barilla sinks another one, 39-12. The Raiders now lead with 1:24 left in the half. And Raiders back in their full court press. Clark. And the Regis crowd getting loud in here.
The great shut up, Steven.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, crowd. So White pops. Stemper can't quite get there, and that'll be out of bounds on White, though, as he touched it. So Starkle looking inbound Eric Stemper. I wonder why the Regis band now went back, or the Regis Jesuit Raiders, I'm sorry, I was looking at the pet band. Went back to a full court press at this point.
I know. I was looking at the score, trying to do the math, and we're up by 27 points, and you're still putting the press on. I mean, Coach Shaw, he's won 3 state championships here. I mean, he has reasons for everything. So
great give and go between Cadillac and Barilla to put up another one for the Raiders. 46 seconds remaining as Ellis takes it up. It's interesting because they've gone back and forth. Adamkovich gets in there, and Barilla hacks him. That was a very dangerous foul for Barilla because that definitely could have been seen as intentional or excessive.
Yeah, I mean, I like that foul. You don't want to give him the easy lay-in, especially since you have the momentum on your side. So make him go to the line. You're at your home, and you're trying to make it with the crowd here in his face.
Adamkovich switches that one. And in comes Dowsey, so the height slowly trickling back in for the SaberCats into the game. As we see Adamkovich with the second free throw on the 1-and-1, misses, and rebound by Barilla. Barilla finds Stemper. Stemper takes it up. And Stemper with a great move and pass to Cadillac, and Cadillac finishes. That was just a flowing, that was pretty. That was pretty.
That was definitely pretty. Stemper he's done an excellent job for this team this year.
Ellis finds Smeaton. Smeaton to Adamkovich. Adamkovich to White. White misfires, but Adamkovich there for the easy putback. How tall is he? Adamkovich, 6'8". Wow. Yeah, he's a big kid, but Eric Stemper driving, and I believe they will call a blocking foul, and Stemper will go to the line with 3.8 seconds left here in the second half. Raiders up by 29.
What I'm really surprised about for the Raiders is they're showing that even though they have their high scorer on the bench right now, each member contributes still. Most of the time you see that when the bench goes out or the bench goes on the floor, you see that the points start to go, they start to lose their lead and all that. But Regis is starting to actually keep it going up. And
I know we haven't seen Cam Beards or anybody tonight, but I know Regis has 8 scorers tonight. So they're really a well-rounded team. Eric hits both to end the half. And the Raiders lead 46-15 as we enter the second half. We'll be back here to bring you the second half of this fantastic basketball game again, at the end of the first half, your Raiders lead 46-15 over the Cass View SaberCats. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Guy Gibbs Gymnasium here at Regis Jesuit High School in Aurora, Colorado, for tonight's 5A boys basketball matchup between your very own Regis Jesuit Raiders and the SaberCats of Castleview. Again, I'm Steven Snyder here, joined by my color commentator, Justin Brassel, my producer, Charlie Smith, and our cameraman, Colin Stover. Justin, what did you see in the first half that really stood out to you?
All I can say is a great overall effort by the Regis team. I mean, it wasn't just the starters, it was everybody out there. Regis with 46 points, already more than halfway to their total percentage points per game this year, so that's really impressive. And most of all, it's how big are Borloff and how well that the other guy on our team, Stanford, Elijah, how well he's done for blocking their big men.
Exactly, and as we get the ball into Perkins, Perkins will take it right up top. Fantastic move, kicks it out to Starkle, and Starkle will miss the three. Ellis picking it up, but stolen by Cadillac. Cadillac finds Stemper on the wing. Stemper back to Cadillac. Cadillac finds Starkle, back to Cadillac at the top for a wide open tray, and not today, but there's a foul on Borla. Foul on Borla, I want to say. We'll wait for the official call.
It actually looks like it's actually going to go against Castleview on there.
Oh, wow.
Looks like over the back, maybe.
Yeah, that'll be a push on Parker Lewis. So the inbound by Stemper finds Cadillac on the wing to Borla. Borla finds Starkle. Starkle finds Stemper, who hesitates, doesn't take the three. Regis Jesuit passing the ball very well. And, wow, just kicking it around, finding open men. And Borla gets inside, but can't quite get it. Ellis gets the rebound. And Ellis will take it up. Raiders out of their full court press now again. So we'll see. Gets it to Lewis.
It looks like both teams have their starters in, so we'll see how that plays out.
And so we'll see here. Smeaton and Ellis kind of passing it back and forth. Tries to get it to Lewis. Borla intercepts. Starkle to Stemper. Stemper misses the easy lay-in. Perkins can't get the putback. Dowsey gets the rebound. And he'll throw forward. But Lewis loses it again. Cadillac finds it close to Josh Perkins. Oh! And he misses the dunk, but Eric Stemper's there to finish. And that's just embarrassing. Coach Shaw not getting on his case too much, but that's just the worst ever when you miss a dunk.
Yeah, especially when you're home, too. So, I mean, I'm glad that his team was right there to help clean it up, so that was really good on Regis' part.
So we will see Stemper. Perkins slips, but Stemper will find it. Oh, a no-look pass to Borla. Perfect, but Borla couldn't hang on.
Yeah, Borla is like that. The key player for the Regis team. I mean, it looks like every time they're trying to get it down low to him and try to get him to get fouled. So, great play there by Josh, just a little bit unexecuted. So, looks like Castleview has the ball, passes over to Eller. Eller back to Herman. Herman back to Eller. Looks at the three-point line. Dribbles back, passes over. Oh, picked off by Josh Perkins. Perkins with the ball, stops at the three-point line. Over to Stemper for the three. No good. Rebound by Stemper. Put up again. Looks like over the...
Oh. Dorsey absolutely ripping Stemper down there. So Stemper will go. Stemper wanted a bigger foul there.
Looks like over the back on Dorsey over Stemper. So... it looks like it's not going to be enough to send Stemper to the line, but it will be Regis' ball. So it looks like it's going to be timeout here, Castleview. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back here in after the break.
And welcome back after that short break, ladies and gentlemen. Again here, Regis Jesuit versus Castleview score 48, Regis Jesuit 15, Castleview SaberCats here with 5:37 remaining in the third quarter. Inbound for Regis Jesuit on the Castleview end. Starkle finds Perkins. Perkins with the 3 and count it as Perkins hits another.
Perkins is excellent from the three-point line tonight. So, I mean, he's really stepped up. So, we'll see how that plays out later on.
He's really having a great night. Ellis gets a move on Perkins. Herman looking, tries to find Adam Kovic, who can't hold it. And Starkle will control and get it to Stemper, who brings it up. Finds Starkle. Starkle with a quick stop and shoot from 3. And Regis getting a little overconfident in their shooting abilities, Justin.
Yeah, they really are. They're taking those crazy shots now. They got to get back to the basics and attack the middle.
Number 5 for Castleview puts it up, can't get it, and Perkins with the rebound. That number 5 also stepping up from... Nope, I don't actually have that number 5 listed anywhere on any of my rosters. So we do have a mystery man tonight.
Yeah, he's not even on any of our rosters. So,
and we'll see here as Barilla goes to the line.
Just for a quick update, looking at the standings right now for the Division 5A basketball, Regis is in 11th. They're 11th right now for the 5A basketball standings, but it's a really tight race. I mean, we're 9-3 overall, our record, and the highest guy in that first place is 11-0. So we have a lot of teams that are right around where we are, so exactly where Regis wants to be.
Borla sinks 1 of the 2 to bring it to 52. Shout out to Joey Bonnell, one of our crew who's watching from home. And as Mystery Man tries to bring it up, he looks for Herman. Herman just, I don't know if that was a pass or a shot, but it ended up in the Raiders' hands. Cadillac finds Borla. Borla going in hard and easy lay-in. Count another 2 for Raiders as they now up to 54.
I'm surprised by Castleview. You have 3 guys over 6 feet in the lane, and no one went up to contest him. So I don't know what to say if I was the coach.
So we'll see here. Herman manages to maintain control. Stops, finds Lewis. Lewis with another interesting shot selection, and again he'll miss. Borla somehow comes out after stumbling around. Cadillac finds Stemper. Stemper stops, looks, finds Perkins. Perkins puts up a 3 and hits it. He is having quite a night, Justin.
He is. He is, I think, 5 for 6 from the three-point line, so excellent job by Josh tonight.
And sadly, we don't have a stats man tonight, so we can't get all of Josh's points. I think he's hovering right around the 26 mark, maybe 24.
Yeah, he's doing everything for him.
And Herman tries to bank it off the backboard to his guy. No can do, but Stemper loses the ball. Mystery Man driving, looks for Parker Lewis. And Lewis will be fouled by, I believe, number 20, Devin Cadillac. We will see here what the call is. Yep, it will be on Devil Cadillac. And that'll be his first foul of the game. Lewis goes to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, it looks like I'm really surprised right now. It looks like Josh Perkins is the hot man right now shooting, but everybody else is kind of rebounding, getting the assists, so it's all really a team effort.
Lewis hits the first one to bring Castleview to 16. That is their first point of the half. Took them 4 minutes and 51 seconds to get that one.
Yeah.
And we'll see here as Lewis steps up to take the second one. He will miss. White goes up for the rebound, can't get it. Stark will control, finds Perkins. Perkins slowing it down. Finds Cadillac. Cadillac puts up the 3. No. And Herman with the rebound. Herman trying to run the fast break offense for Castleview. Dribbles through many men. And that'll be a blocking foul on Smith. So Castleview will get the ball out of bounds there. Regis leading 57-16 with 2:53 here remaining in the third quarter of play.
It looks like Ken Shaw is keeping in some of his starters. So I have a question for you, Steven. When do you say to take out the starters and put the backups in?
Um,
Do you wait till the start of the fourth quarter, or?
Personally, I think the starters have earned that position. And I think when they get tired and you can clearly see their play or their mental state of play with their shot selection going downhill, that's when you put in your backups. But I say you leave them in, let them get the minutes. This team is based around conditioning. Test them out. Test the waters. This is a good game to do that. Nobody's going to really call you on sportsmanship. I mean, it'd be sportsmanlike as Lewis hits another 2. That'll be a timeout. Castleview after that hit shot. But, Justin, I think you can take him out about now. But I really think I'd say now.
Because what I'm thinking, how my perspective is I feel like they've been in there long enough. They've done what you require them to do, but you want to watch out for injury. I mean, Josh could get hurt, or anyone could get hurt on this team. So we really have to be careful.
So here we go. Give me a second, folks. We're having some technical problems.
Well, it looks like Castleview's going to call a timeout. Only 3 points in the half. I mean, if I'm the coach right now, I tell my players, you got to keep fighting. It's got to be, even though the score is not where we want it, you got to keep fighting till the end because momentum can shift. And if we don't win this game, we still have that momentum going into the next game.
That is very true. And the Regis Pet Band, a very loud band there. So we will see what the Regis decides to do. They do still have some of their starters in. Getting some of their kind of starting backups in with Sampson and Sanford. So Vaughn will inbound.
It looks like the Castleview Sabercats were trying to pressure there, but apparently they decided the coach told them to back off. So some strange call there.
Perkins working on Herman, finds Callison, who finds Sampson for 3. And poor shot rebounded by Dowsey. And our mystery man takes the ball up the court. Can't find Parker Lewis. Zach Smith saves it. And Callison with a great play gives it to Perkins, who finally jams it that time. Putting an exclamation point on a game for him that's been fantastic. And you could see Callison going to lay that up. I think he wanted Perkins to dunk that.
You could see it. Josh was calling that all the way. He messed up on the last one. He wanted to show his team that, hey, I want to get back in this. I want to show you that I can do this.
So Herman bringing it up, working inside, finds Lewis. Lewis tries to get it across, intercept by Callison, and here goes Josh again, who just lays it in this time and gets the foul. White wasn't thinking there, and that's not a foul you're supposed to commit, Justin.
Yeah, I just looked over at Coach Sean. It looks like he says, I can't risk getting Josh hurt in this game. If we're up 61-18 with 1 minute and 49 seconds in the third.
Yeah, I'm surprised Josh is still in. Ellis checking in for Lewis.
I mean, that looked like a risky call there. He could almost hurt Josh on that play. So when he's up in the air, anything can happen. So you got to get him out of there.
So Josh at the line for an and one, and he will convert the 3-point play. And there it is. Tim Przybylowski checking in for Josh Perkins. And if you're playing spelling games at home, that is Przybylawski. Przybylowski.
Say that 3 times fast.
Przybylowski. Okay, Regis misses Calsby misses Vaughn Sampson coming inside. And they will say that is a charge on Vaughn. Great play there. He did get his feet set, and I agree with that call.
Now, you got to think. You can say right now that this doesn't really matter with the backups in, but, this gives them confidence. They got to get out there. They got to get the experience, so if someone does get hurt later on in the season, you still have those people to go to.
So, Dowsey into Ellis. Ellis bringing it up. We're just not running a zone almost. And Castleview getting some new faces in. Along there with number 44, really, Jacob Langfelt. Ellis pops and misses. Callison running down the court finds Smith. Smith, nice move. Kicks it out to the top for Tim Przybylowski, and Tim hits it. That is Tim's second basket of the game. Raiders now lead 64-18 with 50 seconds left in the game. Langfelt, White, Mystery Man. Mystery Man looking around. Gives it back to Ellis. Ellis back to Mystery Man.
I think they're stalling for the last shot. They don't want to give Regis the ball again.
Castleview taking their time. That's a long time to stall for the last shot. Tries to get it into Dowsey. And Sanford accidentally touched that. That pass was way too high for Dowsey to get.
It really was. But going back to those plays, I think that Carlson, I'm going to give him the MVP of the third quarter. He's been all over, picking off the plays, giving the assist to Josh. He's doing everything out there. So I have to say he's doing a great job so far this third quarter.
Vaughn Sampson gets it, and we'll see what Langfelt does here. Vaughn Sampson, a very nice move over Langfelt, and we'll put that one in.
Looks like a little bit like his brother there on that play.
Yeah, Tanner now playing, I believe, at Elon.
Yep.
So Castleview kind of holding for the last shot. We'll see Ellis here with 2-1. And he will get that off, and no, it will not go. So at the end of this third quarter, Regis Jesuit leading Castleview 66-18. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll see you back for the fourth. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Guy Gibbs Gymnasium here. Your Regis Jesuit Raiders are leading the Castleview SaberCats 66-18, a 48-point margin. Checking into the game new for the SaberCats, you got Paul Charles, Langfelt staying in, our mystery man, and then Ellis. And finally coming back in after a short stint in the second quarter is Cody Westbecker. So a lot of new faces for the SaberCats. She's getting up some playing time as there's really no hope of playing a win here. Charles working against two men, finds Ellis. Ellis getting inside. I don't know what the call is there.
Looks like it's going to be on Vaughn Sampson. Looks like a blocking foul.
Yeah, that's all I could see. Mystery man looking. No, and it'll get kicked around, and Tim Przybylowski will pick it up, get it to Callison. Vaughn Sampson has it, finds Przybylowski, finds Cadillac. Back to Przybylowski. Przybylowski stops, pops, but does not drop. And Ellis and who was that? Westbecker kind of out there on the same team tackling each other.
Yeah, it looks like he was going a little bit uneasy. The ball was going a little tip around, so looks like SaberCats end up with the ball.
Charles back to Ellis. Ellis kind of setting it up. SaberCats taking a long time. Not really caring to give any points on the board. They scored 3 points in the third quarter, which matched their first quarter total. They did have 12 in the second, so that was their big quarter. Callison working down the court, and that'll be a blocking foul on Langfelt.
But that was only 3 points they had in the whole third quarter. So defense really stepped up for the Raiders there. Also, I wanted to say was Regis is only 2 points away from tying their average points per game on the season. So looks like they're going to pass that margin tonight.
So out of bounds there on the Raiders. And it's really interesting to see right now on the floor, the SaberCats have a lot of raw talent. They're playing really hard, and you can tell by the way they foul that they really have their hearts in it. And you love to see that even with a deficit like this.
Yeah, you do. I mean, you can say to your team that it's over, but they know that even though it could be over, they're going to keep fighting until the end. It's never over till it's over.
Cadillac falls down, finds Sanford. That was quite a play there with a save from Sanford to Cadillac. Cadillac getting it back to Sanford. Finds Tim Brzezlowski, who finds Sampson inside. Sampson will put it in. The lead now up to 50 points.
That was amazing passing. You couldn't get more beautiful than that.
And after this game, looks like... What is the SaberCats coach going to say to these guys after this game?
I say to them, if they keep fighting in the way that they're playing right now, I have to say that you put your hearts into it, and we can learn from this. We can learn. It's a learning experience.
Brzezlowski finds Sampson, who finds back to Brzezlowski. Cadillac hesitates until he finds Callison, who hits the three.
The thing that I noticed with the Regis three-pointers is they're not like spin around, hit the rim, and everything. Each one's like swoosh. So, I mean, Coach Shaw really must work on their shooting techniques.
So, SaberCats can't even control the ball on their own. Looks like Adam Kovich, White, and Herman, all their big guys are coming back in. Coming in for Charles, Ellis, and Westbecker. And as we look forward on the Regis schedule, do we know who they have next, Justin?
I believe, I'll look that up right now, but Regis has the ball. It looks like kick ball.
And that'll be a kick on the SaberCats. Adam Kovich getting the kick there. So it'll be interesting to see what the SaberCats can do. They have not scored a point this quarter yet. 3 minutes in. And Tim Brzezlowski puts up the three. No can do. Langfeld gets the rebound and finds Herman. And Herman taking it up. Shout out to Father Dyer, who's getting a cheer from the student section right now. Shows up to a lot of the game. And a shout out to our fantastic crews from earlier, who did include our wonderful Charles Smith. Charlie, is this your second or third game producing tonight? It's his third. He produced all 3 games tonight. If you didn't catch our freshman and JV games, you can go online and watch those on demand as Vaughn Sampson hits another three, answering that Castleview three-pointer.
It looks like Regis's next game is going to be on Tuesday, 7 o'clock at Littleton High School. So,
Littleton, a opponent that I don't see the Raiders being too worried about. Tim Brzezlowski picks that off the Vaughn Sampson tip. Finds Cadillac. Tim with a 3-0. And the student section just loves Tim, Justin.
They really do. They're like, pass it to Tim, pass it to Tim. He's got the shot.
So that'll be a Castleview ball.
It looks
as Westbecker and Clark check into the game for Castleview. Check in for Langfelt.
It looks like this fourth quarter for Regis is going to be a 3-point shootout. So,
yeah, it'll be interesting. Cadillac now is 3 fouls for Regis. Cadillac wasn't on the floor. I'm really confused why they showed his number for fouls, but that's all right. Great defense, trying to float it in. They've been kind of trying that all day to float it into their big guys, and it hasn't worked. And Zach Smith and Callison playing a little catch. Finds Tim, who finds Sampson. And Sampson's no good. White with the rebound.
I was going to say exactly what you said. They've been trying to do that play all day, but I think Regis has really worked on talking in the huddle, saying that just guard it. Just stand up tall and block it.
So White passes it to Herman. Herman puts up a tray. And that will not be good from downtown. Sanford with the rebound. Raiders, fantastic rebounding night. I was concerned with the height of the other team, but they really had nothing. And Tim stops, pops, but can't get it. But Zach Smith literally takes it out of the hands of Clark. Did you see that?
This is incredible. These guys are huge, but Regis is still getting the rebounds. I mean, I don't know how you coach that, but Coach Shaw is doing an excellent job.
Vaughn Sampson would get the rebound off a Callison missed shot, and he would be fouled on the shot. So he will go to the line to shoot two with 2:50 left. At this point in the game, Castleview has 3 quarters where they only have 3 points. The first, third, and now the fourth. They still have 2 minutes and 50 seconds to turn that around, but right now, and Sampson will hit the first. Regis now at 75.
Talking about Regis's defense, I mean, before you got to think, when the 3 state championships year they had, it was Josh Perkins was the smallest player on the team. Now he's the tallest player on the team. So, I mean, I feel like Coach Shaw had to work at that from the beginning of the year, saying we have to work on our defense because teams are going to be bigger than us.
Yeah, and 2 of those championships won without Josh. That last one, Josh was on the team. So Vaughn Sampson misses the second, and that'll be a 1-1 because of the foul limit. That'll be the 7th for Regis. Timeout, Raiders. And what I was also thinking is, as we watch this season progress for the Raiders, they've been shooting good on the threes tonight, and they shot fairly well against George Washington, but that can be a huge liability if you're not hitting it. I'm never really a fan of the three-point game. I like what Castleview's trying to do, and they just need to execute. I think if Castleview gets some more games under their belt, they get the execution in, they could be a team that goes second or third round of the playoffs and competes.
You know, I'm going to go what you just said for the three-point game. I'm going to go back because I love the Miami Heat, but I'm going to go back to it. The other night, I mean, the LeBron James and them, they always can get those 3 points. They're averaging like 9 or 10 3-pointers a game. And when they got shut down that game, all they did was attack the rim. And that's exactly what I feel like Regis is going to do if that three-point game's not working.
Now, on a complete side note, Justin, I'm a big Kobe Bryant fan. I know a lot of people have been saying he's done this year, he's out. What do you think about those 23 30-point games this season so far?
I watch him constantly, and I feel that everybody's thinking LeBron James all the way. He's the best. But to me, personally, I feel that Kobe Bryant still got a lot in him. 37-year-old is not an age for him. He doesn't matter how old he is. He can still take on those little guys.
One shot by Wes Becker, and he will miss on the 1-1, so he will not get a second. Sanford passes it out to Callison as Callison walks it up the court. Looks for Sampson. Sampson finds Smith. Almost catches Herman out of position, who went for the steal. Gets it into Sanford. Sanford signs Smith, who puts it up and in for 3. Regis now up to 78 with 2:25 left in this quarter as Herman walks it up. Langfeld able to catch that despite the attack by Zach Smith, and Herman to Mystery Man. Mystery Man taking his time, looking around, back to Herman. Castleview really just trying to hang on and get out of here. They really aren't moving the ball much, and they don't look like they have much passion anymore. Langfeld does. I like the look of him. I really like the look of number 44, Langfeld. He doesn't get much playing time, it appears, but when he does, he looks like he really tries. And that'll be a foul on Carlson. I didn't really see anything there. I thought he got ball.
I think he got all ball too, but I mean, if it's getting this this is going into the point of the game where you're up 78-21, fourth quarter, not that much time left to go. I'm going to let them go to the line. I have to. I mean, you can't wait all day. I mean, they're thinking that he got hit, so he's got to go to the line.
White will miss, and that'll be a Castleview ball. With 1:51 remaining here, White will inbound. Castleview really hasn't been great from the line tonight. Gets it into Mystery Man.
They sure like that Mystery Man, passing it to him.
Herman looking. Herman's got a great stop and pop, but he will not use that. Finds Mystery Man, and no good.
Yeah,
It, in fact, actually it might be Nicholas Sandberg, but he's down on the freshman roster, but he does fit the height description, so we're going to go with that. That is Nicholas Sandberg.
Finally, in the fourth quarter, we figure out his name.
So Sandberg to Herman. Herman to Langfeld. Inside to Westbecker. Westbecker elevates but can't get it, and Zach Smith will save that and get it to Callison. 1:20 remaining in this quarter. Smith. And again, Castleview only 3 points in this quarter. tying their first and third quarter totals. They had a big third quarter with 12. 8 of those scored within the first minute of that quarter, though. And so gets it inside to Sanford. Sanford can't grab it, and they will say that is a push. Sanford will go to the line. No, he will not. They are not in the bonus yet. That was the yes, he will. Yes, he will. That put him in the bonus. I thought they were there.
You know, watching Coach Shaw over the years play with his team, you can tell right now the lead's so high, he goes, no more scoring. He just wants them to pass the ball around, make a box shape. My brother told me this. And all he does is he just keeps passing around, and don't let them catch the ball, but you're not going to shoot the ball either. That's
back to the four-corner basketball we saw when there was no shot clock back in the 70s and 80s of basketball. Final scores would be like 23-19. And that's why the shot clock was implemented, because teams would get up by about 6 points, and they'd hold it for minutes at a time. But Langfeld fighting for it and getting it. 45 seconds left in this game. Sanford did miss his free throw. Herman puts it up. Herman misses. Von Sampson with the rebound. Finds Carlson. 34 seconds. And we will see. I imagine the Raiders will take one more shot. Carlson, we can get one more possession. We'll end it.
I think
25 seconds. Zach Smith. Oh, Herman comes over the back but can't get to Smith. Smith working it around, finds Carlson to Przybylowski. 15 seconds remaining. Sampson gets trapped but finds Carlson. And it appears the Raiders will be the last one with possession. 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is the game. So the scoring totals for Castleview are the storyline tonight. 3-12, 3-3. So great defense by the Raiders. Who's your MVP tonight, Justin?
My MVP I'm going to give is to Carlson. He was all over the place, rebounding, getting the assists. He got the busy work and all that. But I'm going to also have to give credit to the big man down low. It's got to be Barloff and Elijah.
So Carlson and Borla. You know what I'm going to go with? I'm going to go with Stemper Borla. Stemper showed a lot of heart out there tonight. He really gave it his all. And Borla just played fantastic tonight. So those are my two. I think there really wasn't a player I could give it to for Castleview. You know what? I'm gonna give it to Ellis because he was out there all night. He kept it up as point guard. He ran the plays. So my Castleview player of the game is gonna go to Ellis.
Yeah, I mean, you can't give it to any of the big men because they didn't really get the down low presence tonight. So I feel like it was Eller did a lot of the job for him, took the shots that they needed, and too bad they couldn't get the win tonight, but great play, great job by Regis.
So signing off here from Guy Gibbs Gymnasium with a final score of your Regis Jesuit Raiders 78, Castleview Sabercats 21. This is Steven Snyder with my color man Justin Brazel, my producer Charlie Smith, and my cameraman Colin Stover.
Regis moves to 10-3 on the year, so it looks like we're going to be moving in the right direction when it comes time for playoffs. So,
all right, thank you, and have a wonderful night, everybody.